Today, we're going to be talking about our wealth strategy. And it is, as a wealth strategy, is the second part of creating good habits. So if we're going to look at what habits are, basically, it's rituals and behaviors that we have, that we do on sort of autopilot. It's unconscious. I mean, we don't even need to think about, and we just get them done. So it's, for instance, if you are tying your shoelaces, if you're brushing your teeth, if you're combing your hair, or you're having a shower. I mean, you're not really thinking about what you're doing. It's just on autopilot. You know it. You know the movements. You know it's ingrained in you. You've been doing it for years. You've done it millions of times, and so that's that's it. You know. So this is really important, because this allows us also to free our mind, our thinking, to do some other or to think about some other complex stuff. Okay, so we are not in the we don't need to use our brain power to brush our teeth or to tie our shoelaces, but we can use it, you know, to see, to ask the right questions. How am I going to make my money work hard for me, for instance? Okay, so this is it. So the habits are good. It's a good thing to have good habits. Okay, and this is also why, for instance, when we do our live sessions, I always start the same way. I follow a pattern. You know, we start with the declaration, then we go to the limiting belief, then we go to the reconditioning, then we talk about the financial freedom fund. Okay, why? Because we are creating a habit. This is the thing. Every single day we do that. All right, we do this. It's ingrained in us. It's part of our good habits, our healthy habits. Now, when we talk about good habits and moving forward, okay, let me just remind you about why we do something and why we do not. Okay, it's all about motivation. Okay, motivation. So when we look at this chart, we can see here that we have the motivation is here. So when we are motivated, we are doing something. And when we are not motivated, we are not doing something. All right. So here we're not motivated. The red line is not motivated. Okay. The green line, yes, you are motivated at the peak. Okay. But motivation comes and goes, comes and goes. All right. So it's just like this. So if you wait to be motivated to do something, you're not going to do it. All right. So it's better to set up your goals, low goals, and then increase them as you move along, rather than start with high goals and not reaching them and then giving up. Okay. So we're going to get into that in just a moment. So it's important to be consistent. So here, which of these two is going to have better results? Well, of course, B is going to have much better results. Why? Because he's consistent, going every day, all the time. It's not like ups and downs. He does it, he stops, he does it, he stops, he does it, he stops. Okay, that's not what we want. We want to be consistent. So in order to be consistent, we need to set ourselves some easy goals, and we work from there. We reach the goal consistently, and then we work on getting better and better and better. So what are we going to do? We are going to get our goals, our habits, saying, okay, there's a big habit. This is something I would like to put in place. Instead of having one big habit, let's break it down into smaller pieces. Okay, smaller pieces. All right, break those big habits, those big goals. Okay, break them down into smaller ones. All right, let's say you want to do 50 push-ups every day. Then you say, if you're going to go for 50, maybe you're going to do 20, maybe you might get to 30, but you're not going to get there on the first day. Okay, especially if you haven't done it in a long time. Or if you do, then the next day you're all sore and you're not going to, it's sore, I'm not going to go. No, so you start small, step by step. Keep in mind, 1% better every time. And if you do that consistently on a daily basis, after a year, it's phenomenal what has happened when you look back. Okay, All right. Now, when we look at top performing people, top achievers, athletes, and so on, I mean, do you think they don't do bad habits, or they get off their good habits? Of course they do, but they get back on track as quickly as possible. So let's take a look at this little chart. Let's just look at it. Okay, can you see here? So you see that it's all so you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I mean, this is pretty obvious, right? Then you have the topic, whatever it is: do push-ups, drink water, I don't know, feed your financial freedom fund, whatever it is. So you can get your list, okay? And so you see that sometimes you skip it for whatever reason, because there is a reason. On Mondays you don't do this thing, or on Tuesdays you don't do this thing, or whatever. But then you see that every day you are doing it, and sometimes you're not. Okay, now here you're not doing it. Here you're not doing it. Here you're not doing it. You missed it. Okay, but then you get back on track. All right, you get back on track. This is the trick. Get back on track as quickly as possible. As quickly as possible. This is the important thing. So, okay, you missed it. All right, or you missed it today. No problem. Do it again tomorrow. You missed it. Okay, do it again. Do it. Get back on track. And this is the secret for top performers, and this is how you manage to be consistent. Okay, sometimes you drop, but then you go back to it, and then you try to improve. You get again and again and again. Okay, so let's look at this one, at this little graph. And because we need to be patient, we need to know that it takes time. Things don't happen overnight. Okay, it's only magic that happens overnight. Otherwise, it's just consistently doing the right things, and you will get there. Keep in mind that the difference between success and failure is doing the right things on a consistently basis. Okay, all right. So to be successful, you need to do a number of actions on a daily basis, and to be unsuccessful, it's to do a number of actions on a daily basis. Now, what we need to do is to change the type of actions that we do, okay, in order to do the good ones, in order to put in place the good habits. All right. So let's look at this one. You see, easy, if it's easy or if it's hard. So if it's easy and it's not hard, okay, you hear this is the hard is actually the effort level. So if you are here, I mean, there is no motivation. You just get lazy and you don't do it. It's too easy. I mean, you're not going to get anywhere. Okay, so forget about it. Okay, so you need to, if you put it too hard here, you might do it for a while, but then you're going to burn out. It's not sustainable. Okay, now if you want to get some long-term growth, you need to find the sweet spot, to be somewhere in the middle, where it's not easy, it's not too hard, but it's a little bit easy, and it gets harder on a daily basis. Why? Because you want to get 1% better every day. Okay, 1% better every day. All right. So if you want to get somewhere, it needs to be consistent. You need to be on a sustainable path. All right. So it can't be too easy, because you'll get lazy and sloppy and it won't get it done. If it's too hard, well, it's just too hard. You're not going to get there. So you need to be in the sweet spot, in the middle. All right. So you make sure that it is sustainable. Your effort is sustainable. Okay. So here's the rule. The rule is actually 3 points. Okay. Start with something that is very easy, and then increase it on a daily basis. Increase it on a daily basis. 1% per day. 1% per day. All right. So let's give the example. Let's say you want to do some push-ups. Let's say you start with 10. Then the second day you do 11, and then 12, and then 13, and then 14, and then 15. And you go on every day a little bit more. Don't start with 50. Start with an easy target and increase it every day, every day. Sometimes then you go back and you break it down and bring it back and do twice 20. It's better than 140. Okay, so do it. Okay, and that is the rule. Basically, is to start with an easy target, increase it on a daily basis, repeat. Okay, this is how we get there. This is how you become consistent. This is how you're going to be successful at whatever. And this applies to any areas of our lives. It's our health, it's our money, it's our profession, okay, our work, anything, our relationships. Easy targets, increase it consistently every day, make it a little bit harder, and you will see when you look back what has happened, and magic has happened. Okay, great. That's what I wanted to share with you today. Thank you.